The question comes up on random occasions. What is your plan for the upcoming season? Every year looks a little different. This year, work kept me busier than ever before, so I had to make the decision to skip applying for any complex tags and focus on the standard general deer and elk tags here in Idaho, along with the deer hunt in Montana. September treated me well though. I was fortunate enough to tag a dandy bull with my bow. Got a dandy on the ground, oh my goodness. Now, mule deer season is here. The work has been set aside, my focus is back in the field. I'm on the hunt for a buck I'd be proud to tag. Enjoy this adventure with me. Just like how every hunt starts in the dark, man, there was just so many people on the way in here just driving. But how many of those people are only going to hike a mile, I don't know. But anyways, finally got to the spot. I've hiked just a little bit in here. There's another guy hiking in here, but he's going, his route's completely different. I talked to him. I'm like, hey, where are you going? I'm just trying to get past the crowds here. So I'm going a lot farther back than anyone else. So let's just start trekking. Got a long ways to go. Muleys, it's a little different than elk. You know, elk, I'll say, oh, the farther I go back, the bigger it has to be. With muleys, I just like big bucks. So the only time I'll shoot a small one is by accident, mistaking it being big. But I don't purposely shoot average to small bucks. So I want a big muley today, or I want a big muley this year, at least one. I have 2 mule deer tags, one in Idaho, one in Montana, but if I can at least just get one, I'll be happy. Buddy right there. Let's see him. Right in the center of the screen. Just the little one. See if we can see more. I'm a numbers guy, not like Adam, but in a different way. But for me, statistically, so I've hunted this particular region for years, on and off, and I've done an average, and on average, if I pass up 9 bucks, I find a shooter. The thing is, it's not like Colorado where there's like, you see hundreds of bucks, right? It's like this area, there's a lot of wolves in this area that run, so the quality's here, but the quantity is not. And so if I can just see a buck a day, that's a good thing. That'll eventually lead me to a big buck. So good start of the season. First buck passed up. Now we just gotta find a big one. I'm gonna need a Snickers. You saw that little buck, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, well, what it means is there's deer here, which is awesome. So this is not like I have like probably about 3 or 4 spots that I really want to focus on this year. This is not necessarily one of them, but I'm definitely coming back because the habitat's really good in here. The feed's really good in here. Being that it's early as it is, I figured this is a good time to just do a little scouting and not push it so hard just yet until the rut really starts to go into full swing. But I'm like really impressed in here, so I'm like, yeah, I better come back in a week or so, or maybe even earlier, who knows, depending on the weather. But yeah, good day, beautiful out. The weather's cooling down, we need that. Taking the old 7 Psalm Gunworks for a walk today. I like my guns, like my women. Black. That's a pretty good buck rub there. As I was staring at this doe, another deer caught my eye. I looked to the right and spotted this nice buck staring right at me.
I set up the camera and got a quick rest off my knee.
Opening day of season. Buck on the ground. How in the world does it all come to that? I was just saying, I was like, I have to pass up 9 bucks in order to find a big one on average. Well, that was my 3rd buck I saw today. Today's opening day. Oh, I cannot believe that happened. You can't let that one walk. So, gotta get that one out. I cannot believe it. How cool is that? Dandy buck. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. He's a dandy. Look at that. Look at that buck. How are you supposed to pass that up on the first day? You can't. You can't pass up on the first day. He's got a kicker too. Look at that. Got a kicker coming off this side. So that makes him a... Well, I'm from the north, so we count high guards. So let's see here. Got 5 and then 7. So 5 by 7. Just a cool buck. This is awesome. I'm so grateful. I can't believe my tag is already filled. I don't know why he ran so far. Well, it's been a great year for me. It seemed like a couple weeks ago I was chasing elk, and now I got a good bull. Now here I am chasing muleys, got a nice muley, and it's just like, man, just a really awesome year. Really awesome year. He is, I'd say he's 5 by 7. I count eye guards, by the way, because I'm not weird. So I wanted to tell you guys a little bit what happened today, which was a very short day. This episode's probably only going to be about 5 minutes, but I just started my hunt, guys. It's the opening day of Montana, and I was expecting, I've had pins. I'm just like, I was really looking forward to, I've been thinking about Montana all year, and I'm like, gosh, like there's so many places I want to hunt in Montana, and I was just like picking out all these drainages I wanted to hunt, and but I decided to come in here. I was like, let's, it's early season. Let's do a little scouting. I've been through here before, but I've never actually hunted it. Like I've passed through and I've seen muley sign in here. I'm like, this is interesting. I better keep note of the amount of mule deer sign I was seeing in here. And so I was like, this is a good spot to go. Opening day of mule deer season. Let's check it out. I'm out here solo once again on a solo hunt, and I was driving up here. I wanted to get to the spot in time, and what happened is there was just people everywhere. I'm like, gosh, I forgot I'm hunting public land. I mean, as always, and there's just people everywhere. Sometimes I think, okay, if I get to here at this time and then I hike to here, I'm going to be in animals. But it's like, well, you might even have to get a little extra early to beat people, because there was just people all over the mountain this morning. And I got back here. I started hunting these cuts. It seemed just to be the perfect elevation for mule deer at this time. Not just the perfect elevation, but it's the right stage of clear cut, which I do mention in the master class about like what stages of cuts are best for muleys. But anyways, getting off topic here. Got on this cut and saw just a little buck at first, but the sun, I was like, at first light, it's supposed to be raining today. It's supposed to be raining right now, and it wasn't. And I actually had blue skies, and the sun was shining in my scope and in my binos, and I cannot depict what that buck is. And I'm looking. Finally, I saw it was just a young buck, and I'm like, okay. And then I hiked up the ridge more, and then I just kind of like did a big loop, and then I'm going to head back out. and I saw a doe. I saw a doe feeding. I saw a young buck feeding, and I was just glassing, glassing, glassing. And it's hard to glass, and there's just no snow, so it's really hard to glass. And all of a sudden, I see this white face, and I look at my binos, and I see that one side of rack. I'm like, oh my gosh! I'm like, I better set up on him. And I had to actually move probably about 75 yards, and he's close enough to where I'm like, he can hear me walking. I'm sure it can bump at any time, but I can't make a shot where I'm standing. So I grabbed this camera, the camera here and the tripod, and with my gun, and left my pack, and I snuck up. I set the camera up, and as fast as I could, I turned that camera on. I kept it rolling. He was in his bed, but he got up out of his bed. I'm like, he's gonna run here soon, so you better make a shot. But I was like, take your time and get that camera set up. Like, do not, because I was gonna. It's always tempting. I just want to turn on the Insta360, and I'm like, it has got some great video for me, but at this far of a shot, you're gonna barely see the deer. So I'm like, I want to get a good video too with this hunt. So I was able to zoom in on him. I pushed record, I shot, the buck took off running. I haven't checked, I don't even know if I got it on video. And I just went running after that buck, and man, he ran so far. I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I felt like I made a foolish error in shooting off my knee when I should have just got a quick rest. I was just afraid he was gonna get away. He just kept running and kept running and kept running, and I'm like, did I miss? And I couldn't get a shot. And I was like, bah, trying to stop him. All I was trying to do is trying to stop him. And I crossed over the hill, and I'm like, gosh. I always tell people, I'm like, oh, I hardly ever have a big buck get away. And I'm like, is this going to be the story where the big buck gets away? And I'm a foolish idiot because I decided to not take a little extra time on a good shot. And then when I crossed over, he was laying there. So I did hit him. He was hurt. And so I'm like, oh. So I got another, well, the round was already in. I just, boom. But I left this camera running. I didn't even grab it. I was just like, I got the first shot, and I just left all my gear and just chased him. And wow, I didn't realize how good I can run when I don't have my hunting pack on. And when I don't have my hunting pack on, man, I did a 400 yard dash with this buck. He literally went about 400 yards, or maybe a little more, like 350. But I'm like, we both dashed, and we both ran our hearts out. And I'm so grateful that I got him, and he is such a cool buck. Look at that. Look at that. There's a part of me of just like, gosh, like, I had so many plans this hunting season, so it's weird to kill my buck this early because you're like, I wanted to mule deer hunt, and now it's over. But that's a nice buck. I can't pass that up. So I'm in this weird little, I'm playing this in my head right now as we speak. However, so in about a week from now, my Idaho season starts. And so I'll be back full-time chasing muleys. So this will be good. I'll be able to go home, get some work done, get some things lined out, and then focus on muleys again. But man, what an awesome year it's been. I'm so, so grateful. But let's get them worked up. It's gonna start raining soon. Great, here's the storm. It's snowing on us now. Whew. I'm gonna dislocate this shoulder here real quick, and then I'm gonna get the back strap behind it. Then I'll mess with this shoulder and cut that meat off. Well, what an awesome day. Thank you everyone for watching. And the one thing we do is we send you all this free content. Just the only thing we ask in return is just to give us a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on our newest hunting episodes. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep going. Ooh, how's it look? Pretty good.